Hi, Tam. I'm sorry, I'm late. I can't find a pencil sharpener. This is probably going to end up kind of crude. Oh well. I'm just going to have to work with what I've got. Alright, so this is just a rough draft. Um, I'm going to make a dream prompter. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this lid to draw my circle. That's the biggest circle I could find. Um, so let me explain a little bit real quick. Dream prompters. For the Hopi, a dream is viewed as a message from spirit guides who can appear in the form of an animal or other guises. Waking up and not remembering a dream is seen as losing something essential, and people go to great lengths to ensure that this does not happen. A commonly used dream prompter is a squared circle, a symbolic device used to aid dream recall. A circle is drawn on a square piece of cloth or leather. The circle is then divided into four quarters to represent each of the four directions: the north, the south, the west, and the east. Um, the square is then placed by the side of the bed. An item of symbolic value is placed in each of the four quarters. For instance, a tiny pot of water, a bunch of fresh grass, a lit candle, and some burning incense. These items represent each of the four elements of water, earth, fire, and air. Sleeping next to a dream prompter is believed to enhance your dream recall. So, the four directions specifically here, each of the four directions is associated with a particular element and quality. The element of the north is for air, and you can see that there. North is associated with the power of the mind and clear thinking. Water belongs to the south and is associated with the feelings of intuition, while the power of the west um, revitalizes and renews the physical body. Its element is earth. The power of the east triggers enlightenment and spiritual realization, and the element is fire. The Navajo sand paintings uses four elements in its symbolic representation for abundant crops. It is believed that positioning the bed in a particular direction allows the dreamer to work with the qualities of its associated elements. And our mother used to say too that if we were having bad dreams, sometimes we just needed to move our position and change our direction of sleep for better dreams. So, without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and get started on this. I feel like it's going to be a little crude because I cannot find a proper pencil sharpener, and I'm dealing with kind of cruddy pencils. So I'm just going to do my best here to map out our circle. So, alright. There we have a very jagged circle, which you'll get the idea. Well, maybe. Maybe I should draw it a little better. It isn't quite very dark. I guess it doesn't really need to be, though, because we're going to go over it with colors, too. In a minute. Alright. Just one more time around the edges. Okay. There. That stands out a little more, I think, right? Okay. So then we have to block off our northwest, south, and east directions. So let's see here. So we want to kind of divide the circle right in half. And then we're going to draw a line there. And then we'll divide the circle in half again. And we'll draw a line there. Okay, as I said, this is probably going to turn out kind of crude because I don't have a very sharp pencil, but that's okay. This is the first time I've ever made one, so should be interesting for all of us. I hope you guys can see that. I don't know. The light, yeah, I need the light. Alright. I think that's the best I can do with the light, too. Unfortunately, my lighting is not very good in here unless it's daytime. In the daytime, it's a lot better. Maybe I should have done this in the morning. How are you, Lady Elite? It's good to see you here. I bet hardly anybody got notifications because I only gave it like 15 minutes. So I apologize for that. Okay, so now I'm going to, oops, bump the camera. I'm going to use these elements that I have here, these symbols for elements of the air and the water, the fire, and the earth. So let me see, bear with me while I find something small, like a cup. Paper cup will probably be perfect for it. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's gonna work perfect, I think. So we'll use that for our circles. Okay. It's not exactly in the middle, but you get the idea. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So there we have our basis for our circles. Okay. So then there are different plants to represent the different directions. And I'm not quite sure if I have this right. I'll have to look it back up again. But I have symbols of these plants here. I think one of them is sage. I believe one of them is corn. One of them is, shoot, I can't remember each one. I have another thing over here to look at. Hold on just a second. Well, I might have lost the article that I had on it. That's okay. I'll find it out another time. Oh, I'm not going to worry too much over it. I just want to get it done. Okay. So, we'll start by working on the north. And the north, for the air symbol, we're using this. And the element is air and the color is black. And it goes along with this plant here. So I'm going to do that next. Let me see if I can just move this a little bit. Okay. All right. So it really needs an inner circle. I feel like that's not quite big enough. Well, I'll just draw it. I had brought up a picture that looks like this, Jacob. If you find this one, there's one that looks similar to this, and it tells the names of the plants that are on it. Alright, I'm sorry, it's kind of light right now. I'm kind of just sketching it out. And then it's going to get colored in when we're done. So the colors will be a lot brighter. And what I'm working with is an old sheet. A very old sheet. So I saved it, cut it up. It's like an antique sheet. And you can see like it was pretty old to begin with. But I didn't want to waste it. And so I like to keep them because sometimes I paint and draw on them. So, hi, Jenny and Matt, how are you? Oh, they will. It'll be more clear once I get the color in. So, I wish I could try to set that somewhere where you guys can see it while I'm working on this, but it's kind of hard to get the big picture. That's a little better, maybe. Okay, so we've got the air symbol here for the north, and you know that's air. I'm gonna write air right there. Okay, and then we have water down below, so I'm gonna write water right there, and I'm gonna draw in the water symbol, which is here, and that'll represent the south. So again, just drawing in my circles. Now, it's recommended that you do this on cloth or that you use leather. White leather is best because one of your symbols, which is fire, is white. So it needs to be represented with the white color. So, yeah. No, I looked at that one. It's not it. Look at this. It looks like this. Almost exactly like this, except I think it's round, and it shouldn't be round. It's actually supposed to be square and then have a circle in the center. So, oh, darn it. I forgot to feed the hedgehog. You guys, you have to bear with me for a minute. I need to feed my hedgehog. Oh, ouch. Is she hungry? Let me see the hedgehog for a second. Hi there. Hi, Mama Cats. How are you? I forgot to feed the hedgehog, so I'm going to let you guys see her for just a second and hope she doesn't pee on my art. But yeah, she's hungry and I need to feed her. So she's up. She likes to get up at night. They're nocturnal, mostly, so that's what they do. So I'll be back in just a moment. If you want to chat with the chat, you can chat with the chat for a minute, Jake or Josh. Oh, don't knock the camera around them. All right, here, Mama. There you go, sweetheart. Okay, let's not get too much dirt on there. Okay, ready. All right, so So, and I think you can find your own symbols too. You don't have to necessarily use these ones, but you should look up symbols that represent the air and the water and the earth and the fire. And those are directional elements. So air is represented by the north, and water is represented by the south. And next we're going to do the east, which is fire. So I actually want to write fire right here. Let me see. This should say fire. And this will say earth. Okay. So for our direction of east now, and our element of fire. If you've ever tried to draw on old sheet or a cloth, you gotta hold the material a little bit as you're working with it because it stretches a bit. Okay, and then our earth symbol. I hope you guys can see. Oh, I'm checking in on your chat. I'm sorry. Hi, Mama Cats. How are you? And Weaves World. Hello. Really, that's awesome. Weaves, leave me a comment on one of the videos because that helps me remember to go check your channel. I bet you anything, all the bells went off again. This is happening a lot, so you guys always watch a few videos. If you haven't seen us for a while, it's probably because we're not getting your notifications. So the best way to fix that is to stop by our channel and watch a couple videos and leave a couple comments, and that reminds me to run and check out your channel and make sure that we are still properly connected. These are really neat, and I'm really looking forward to using it. I do remember my dreams, a lot of my dreams, but I've noticed that sometimes I forget. And so I want to work with a dream prompter to help me get some more recall of those dreams. I feel that dreams are very important. They're visions, folks. And too many of us dismiss them as just pure nonsense or fantasy when they're actually trying to tell us something very important. So it's really important to pay close attention to those dreams and to interpret the meanings. Okay, so there we have all of our symbols. Okay, so the next thing I want to add is our plants. And I'm not quite sure, but I think this one is supposed to be corn. I wonder if the book tells me for sure. Ouch, sorry, I don't think it does. Yeah, I looked at this last time and I didn't see it. No, it doesn't explain it. There was something that I found on Google, though, that it actually explained it. And I should have bookmarked that page, but I did not. So, again, working with what we got. Okay, now there is a center. And the center is representing of the mind and the body and the soul. So that will be here.
Does West have a sage plant?
Is that what it is? Is the sage in the west?
I don't know.
Did you find one? What plants does that say? Let me have a look at that real quick.
It says sage.
Sage in the west. Sweet
Sweet
grass.
and then
Cedar plant.
so those are correct. I don't know if they're correct.
I don't know if that's correct either. It could be though. I know one of them is sage. And I would think that one was corn. But maybe that's what the blue one is. Maybe that's the tobacco plant. It could be. Anyways, these are the plants that we're talking about. They look like this. And actually, let me show you real quick. Here is, this is from the Navajo. So here we have a Navajo drawing of the elements. And a brief description of Hopi dream prompters. And actually, it should go like this.
Is this one you were trying to find?
Yes, that's it. Does it tell the names of the plants there? Look at the other pictures and see if it diagrams the names of the plants. No? Okay, so I'm gonna start working on
Ours got big paws.
the white plant, which I feel like is corn, but I'm not for sure. Maybe it's just the way that they symbolize the drawing of it, but it has these long leaves that grow and remind me of a corn plant. Okay, and then comes up to the top and comes out like this. Alright, so that is the basis for it. And again, this is sort of a drafting on the material, and then it's gonna get gone back over with color when it's done here. So let's see. Okay, the next one is what I think is the sage, and it is black. So I need this to come up here. Alright, and then outwardly we have one, and then let me see this ruler. It's going to have five sprigs coming off of it, if you will. So that's what I'm doing now, is drawing the sprigs to the, I believe this is sage. I apologize. I tried to actually do more research on this, but there was very little information for me on these particular plants, which I guess it shouldn't surprise me, but it's kind of a bummer. Alright, so that's going to be black. Alright, and then these have little leaves coming off. It reminds me of sage too. Okay. Here we have sage. I think that's sage. Okay. And then this one maybe, it could be tobacco. This might be the tobacco plant that comes down this way. So I'm looking for a second. 6 likes. Awesome. Good job. Great work. Okay, let's see now. Again, and this is going to be turquoise when we're done on this side. So we move those back over there so you can kind of see. I'm working on this one right here. Paper fell down. Okay. And then this one should be same thing. We're going 5 out. So let me see if I can move that a little bit. Alright, so a little more. Push you guys out of the way. Get out of the way, guys. I'm trying to do something here. A little bit more. Okay. Okay. And then one this way. And again, it's going to be 5 coming out. And another in the middle. There's somewhere. Again, excuse my crude, terrible, unsharpened pencil. I guess it could be worse. I could be writing with a rock. So I'm counting my blessings. Awesome. Okay. So then this plant looks like, let me look at this closer. Yeah, I do think that probably is a tobacco plant. I'm still confused as to what this one in the west is.
I don't know which one you found.
I know, I found it. I should have marked it when I found it, but I didn't, so now I'm bumming out on that. Alright, let's see. I think this one should have more of roundish leaves. But again, when you're making your own dream prompter, you can use whatever symbols you want. So I just love nature and plants, so I'm going after the nature and plants side of things. But there are animals that can represent the directions and the elements as well. And then I would think just modern day, like to me, like I would think for air, clouds and like the sky would represent that. The sun would represent fire. Water would be represented by a fish or any aquatic animal or even just water lines. And then earth would be represented by rocks, dirt, any of the animals that live on the earth. There's lots of things you can use to represent earth. Crystals would be a good one to represent earth. Very pretty. I like it. It's getting pretty cool already. What do you think? Not bad for a rough draft so far, eh? Okay, so then this next one is really, let me see what this one looks like. It almost looks kind of jaggedy, like it comes out a little jaggedy and goes like so. Okay, and that's gonna be yellow. It might be sweetgrass. That might be what it is. What was the other one? It has these little, it looks, oh, this one might be the tobacco plant. This one appears to have flowers. So it goes like, almost like little tulips that are growing off of it. And then these must be like the seed pods that are coming here. I think something like that. Okay, and then like I said, that will be yellow. Hi Jan, how are you? So yes, this is awesome. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is I want to draw in my people, like have the idea for the people, like they have the people. So you have, it's kind of an open top here. I'm not doing all these people, but you can see like, that's interesting. They have a coyote up at the top right there. So some animal association with air. And so here we have the person on this one side, and then their body goes all the way around, and then here you have their skirt or their bottom and their legs coming out, and you can see how the top is open, like the idea of the air being open. So that's going to come off the top too, which means that I'm going to erase my circle line that goes over the top of the north, so we won't have that shut. And this is the point where I wish I hadn't drawn so hard. That's why you sketch. Okay, you can kind of see I've got it a little bit more open there now. Okay, so I want my maiden, her head is going to be here, coming around to the top of the sage. So we have our maiden's head and her long braid. And she has a long neck. And then her arms come out here so she can tend to the plants. And then her body comes all the way down around the circle, which we have that drawn in pretty good already. So then her skirt will come all the way to what I think is the corn. So let's see. Well, let's see, probably a skirt here. Her little fairy dress. Okay. And then her legs, long legs. And then her feet. Okay. Realizing that you cannot see very well what I'm doing. I'm so sorry, guys. Hi, old crow. How are you? Okay, so I have all the bases down so far. I'm really excited about that. So I'm gonna get the Fred. It's been a long time. Not really. Just saw you a minute ago.
Through all of the search history.
Can't find it?
Yeah, every single search history. It was just tobacco, sweetgrass, there was sage, and then
What was the other one? Did you save the page what told you that? That told you that? Oh wow, Lady Elite, I heard about this man who was calling UFOs. There's one man that reads Bible verses and he calls UFOs by reading Bible verses. And then there's another guy that calls angels by just telepathy. And it's really fascinating, just fascinating stuff. Both of them very religious. So that's kind of interesting. I attempted it today. So if you have a look in that last video I posted, let me know if you see anything in there. because I saw something really strange in some of those clouds. But, you know. Alright, let me see here. I'm going to need a black pen. That one's blue. I need a black. Looking for a... Yep, okay, that'll work, I think. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to start drawing things darker. You'll be able to see them better. And again, I apologize. I drew with some really, really unsharpened pencils today. So working with what I've got, and the results are a bit crude, but that's okay. Again, when you do these, if you do make one, make sure that you put it on. It should be on cloth or leather, and preferably white leather if you're going to use leather, because you need that element to be white for fire. So and if you guys stick around with me long enough, when I get done, I'm actually going to get the elements and place them in the circles. Right? And then this is also black. How's that looking so far?
There we go. Cedar plant. Cedar plant.
Oh, the cedar plant.
Cedar plant.
That throws me all off because I really thought that that must have been corn. I wonder if that's what this is. I can't. I'm not sure which one's which. How's it looking so far?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks good.
Not bad for a really, really unsharp pencil, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a bunch of weird bites too, you guys. The oak mites are really bad this year. I don't know if you have any oak trees. But I mean, Missouri, we have chiggers too, but we also have oak mites. And those can be just as much of a pain as chiggers. And I have bites all over my legs, and I have some on my arms. And yeah, that's from going outside without shoes. And then, yeah, I always wash too. When I get back inside, I wash my legs off, but apparently I have something in my blood that's very attractive to all of those critters. So, that's just the way it goes.
So this is east. So this has the tobacco plant.
So east is the tobacco plant.
Tobacco plant, cedar plant.
Okay.
Sage is
Tobacco.
over there.
Oops. I don't know if I'm spelling that. Wait. Tobacco. This is cedar.
Yes. That's sage and that's
This is sage.
is it? Says west is sage. Says north is sweetgrass.
Oh. Okay. All right. So this is sage, and this is sweetgrass. Got it. Thank you, son, for finding that for me. So he figured it out. So I guess we're looking at south belonging to the cedar plant, and west belonging to the sage, and north is the sweetgrass, and east is the tobacco. Wonderful. All right. So let's see. We need to color in our air symbol, and that's going to be black. So I'm going to do that with a bigger marker, though. Okay. Let's see here. Here's another one. Make sure it works. All right. It's tough researching it, isn't it? Because it doesn't really give you a whole lot of information on that stuff. Getting a little bit of bleed from it too, so again, that's okay. Honey, can you go put that up for me? I'm done with it. Thank you. Alright, there we have it. That completes our north side of things. I suppose I could put a little symbol of north right there. Okay. Alright, so the next one I'm going to work on is the east. And so, just mix that real quick. Make sure it's not bleeding everywhere. Okay. So, let's see here. And this one is white. So, try really hard not to get too much black all over the place here. All right. That one. I'll fill in the circle. Let's see, right fire here. And this is representing the east. All right. Thank you for helping me with the research, Jake. All right. And that completes our fire. Oh, thank you so much, Jan. I appreciate that. I'm actually kind of rushing this project. This is the rough draft for the project from the research. This is an actual Navajo drawing of a dream prompter, so you can see
So I got rid of real.
they're much better artists. But
What?
yeah,
I got rid of the real
same
tech
kind of
thing.
idea.
I say audio.
So, okay, so we have our white circle for fire. Next, we're gonna work on our water, which is right here. So water is symbolized by the cedar, and that white one was the tobacco plant.
It sounds like that.
So, and this is sweetgrass. I was wrong. That's not sage. It is sweetgrass. So this one is the sage plant. And so now we're going to work on the cedar plant, which is going to be turquoise, and the water symbol. So here we have water. So I'm going to write it upside down too. Okay, and that will be our south direction. Okay, all right, so I felt like these leaves were more rounded, so I'm going to make rounded leaves for this cedar representation. Okay. And these are going to be Alright, now let's make those turquoise real quick. And then this is also turquoise. Ooh, that's really pretty. I like that turquoise. Actually, come to think of it, I think I want to make my air all black with the tip here white, because that's supposed to be all black up there, and we'll make the north symbol dark too. Okay. And then we'll do the same with the water, will be turquoise. And the cell, the letter S in turquoise. Okay. So then we need to go over these turquoise. Alright, and then our leaves are also going to be turquoise. I think that just the act of doing this is in a way art is a type of a ritual, like because it is a meditative, it's a form of meditation. Um, many of us follow Nicole Creates Art of Beauty, and she'll tell you that that's how she meditates. That's her way of meditating, and it's perfectly right. Artists meditate by doing their art, and it's very relaxing, and it is in a way a ritual. Like here we are studying and learning about the colors and the directions, and then mapping it out and rough drafts, and continuing on in this way, and it becomes very visually impacted into our mind, the colors and the plans, the directions, the symbols. And I think that that helps a lot with dream prompting too. This is such a pretty turquoise. I really, really like this color. Let me see what you guys are saying. I'm sorry, I'm so far behind. You wish you were Jan. How many of you have ever heard of a dream prompter? I mean, I know most of us have heard of a dream catcher, and many of us have dream catchers in our house, but how many have a dream prompter or had ever heard of a dream prompter before just now? I just found out about them last week, which I feel like I've seen them before, but maybe it wasn't in this life. They feel familiar to me, but not currently familiar, if that makes any sense to you. And also, I notice I'm pretty good at drawing these plants. That's a good sign. Yep, perfect timing. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to start working on the water symbol here and filling that in. Are you gonna try to make one, Lady Lee? I would really like it if you do. If you do, make a video, and I would love to see what you come up with. And like I said, you can use your own symbols, or you can use my symbols that I chose, which are a combination of Navajo and Hopi. So, and then of course you can do your own research if you like and come up with other symbols too. But I would love to see anybody who watches this video, I'd love to see them attempt to make a dream prompter. And if you do, make a video out of it and then share the link when you get done with your video on the comment section. And I will be glad to pin your posts if you're interested in doing that. I think that would be awesome. Okay, so now I just need to fill bigger pen, but I'm really stuck with this color. I like it so much that I'm gonna continue on using it. I think it is just a perfect turquoise for what we're doing. I do have a newspaper under this to keep the Sharpies from bleeding too much. But you could do this, I'm sure, with paint. Fabric paint would work. Or you could even do some natural dyes if you wanted to do that. I think you could probably do acrylic paint too, would work. Like, I probably could have even used my nail polish if I wanted to, kind of thing. And like I said, you just work with what you got. Whatever you got works. Most people, I think, when they undertake a craft project, they rush out to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and purchase a bunch of items to make their crafts, but we do our best to recycle things and then we reuse them. For instance, this old vintage or even probably antique sheet that I'm working with here was stained and really messed up, but I didn't want to throw it away because I knew that I would find a use for it for painting or drawing or whatever. You okay, son? Excuse you.
So how's it going?
I don't know. How does it look?
Good.
Okay, so now we have the water and the south is done. Oh yeah, you don't even have to worry about pens if you just have paints. You could do it with paints, or I have fabric paints too. I could have worked with that, but Sharpies were easy. And I think in some of the other cultures they use different colors. I swear I saw red there somewhere too, but not. This is cloth. This is very, very old, a very old sheet that I tore up and cut. It was it was in bad shape a long, long time ago. I cut it up for purposes of art. So, and I'm gonna cut it down again too because it's a little bit big. So when it's done, we'll cut it into another square, a smaller square that will allow for the uh, the circle. Half the time I don't even know what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Just remember, read my mind, and we'll be good. I'll just think at you, and you'll just know. Okay, now this is going to be yellow. So and he said this was the sage. It's really interesting the way that they show it. It almost looks like a lightning bolt. So, and then it has like these seed polyps on it. And then some what appears to be flowers maybe, but I guess that's the way the sage leaves grow. Okay. Like I said, that's going to be yellow. Alright, so we have And then fire is that way, so earth should be this way. And then east, and then we need a west here. And this should say earth this way. It's hard to draw sideways, so I'm going to move you guys. Gotta move you out of the way for a second. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Okay. And then our earth symbol. The earth symbol reminds me of a pizza. Anybody else want pizza now? Okay. Now we need a yellow. Wait, this is not the yellow. We want this yellow right here. Yeah. Right, so. You know, this plant really, really reminds me of a hollyhock. He said that was supposed to be sage. But the way they show those seeds on this one, it does look a lot like hollyhock. See here. It's me thinking about hollyhocks now. Okay, so then the west is going to be yellow, and our earth word is going to be yellow. Alright, and then our beautiful symbol. We're almost done. We just have to finish drawing in our maiden. Oh yeah, and for those of you that didn't know, I'm sure maybe Tam probably told you, and you might have come to a show and heard us talking about it, but my beautiful sister Tam Bear is having her birthday party on our channel. So her birthday is Friday the 13th, and we're really excited to do a very big show with a surprise topic, and we would like to invite you all to join us for that show. So you're all invited. And even if you're just now listening and you weren't here at this original live stream, well, you are still very welcome to join us at the show and come and hang out and party with us. So, let me see. I'm going to color in these to represent the colors too. Little pizza pie in the center. And then where'd that turquoise go? There it is. Oh, it's bleeding a little bit, darn it. Oh well. That's okay. Get the point. Alright. Now we just need to draw in our beautiful maiden. You see the maiden up here at the top. Just taking care of the sweetgrass. Lady Ali, have you seen your Huron lately? We have one that lives around here, and he loves to go down to the creek and the little lake that's not too far. I always feel like Hurons can lead us straight to fairyland. You had an orange light? Did you film it, Tam?
Jake, look. Jake, come on. Come here. Come on. Can't you see I'm trying to draw a shield?
Oh, you're making a shield?
Okay, never mind. I'm just seeing that there's a spray on here that's exactly like yours. Mine? Yeah. You used this one before.
Okay. So there we have it. That is our... It looks pretty much like the one that I had for my rough draft. Well, hello, Hans. How are you? I'm actually making a dream prompter right now. So, and again, we would like to invite you to our really big show on Friday the 13th. Everyone here and everyone coming in to watch this. Yep. Okay, so now I just need to cut it down to size. So I'm going to cut that to go to be a little bit smaller. All right. So it needs to be a square. So we want to make sure that it's lined up. I'm going to just fold it in half to get that square that we need. Okay. And then let me move this a little bit so that I can get to it better. Okay, that should be pretty close. All right, and then got the scissors right here. All right. actually might have some pinking shears. I should have thought of that before I started doing this. But I can always go back over it with the pinking shears later. Okay. Alright. Get that extra material out of the way. And you can see it did bleed through just a little bit. That's why you definitely want to have paper underneath if you're going to use Sharpies. But here is our finished product. So, product, actually, it's not a product, it's a craft. It's not for sale. But it looks pretty awesome. And I want to give my maiden a little bit of color in her dress. So I'm going to give her some, let's see, maybe, that's probably too bright. Try this one. Yeah, I like this purple. I think we'll do a purple dress for her. Maybe we'll give her some orange for her stripes here. That's pretty. Okay. And then I do believe. Try to see if we have another color in here. She's supposed to have a sash, like a white sash. Which, that's blue. Where did it? There it is. Okay. Okay. And then I think she needs a little feather. There we go. That's pretty. Alright, let's make her hair darker though. Is that brown? No, that's purple. Do I have a brown? No, but I have a peachish color. That'll work. It's kind of brown. Okay. Yes. Oh, that's our pretty little maiden. She looks so cute. And her dress down there. North, south, west, and east. I think it looks pretty awesome, you guys. So, okay, let's set it up. Now we just need to represent our elements. this will represent the water. And this one will be for the earth. Need a small candle. Representing fire. And then we need and air. Let me see. Smaller candle. All right. And there we have it, folks. All the elements are represented. We have incense representing our air, the candle representing the fire, a little bit of water in the cup representing water, crystals to represent the earth. So what do you think, guys? I think it turned out pretty awesome. What do you think, Jake?
I think it's good.
You what?
I think it's good.
I think it's good. What do you guys think? So let me tell you again about this, because some of you are came in after we started. So what's wrong, Lady Lee? Are you okay? You want that smile? Okay, so the four directions, each of the four directions is associated with a particular element and quality. The element of the north is air. North is associated with the power of the mind and clear thinking. Water belongs to the south and it is associated with feelings and intuition, while the power of the west revitalizes and renews the physical body. Its element is the earth. The power of the east triggers enlightenment and spiritual realization, and its element is fire. This Navajo sand painting uses the four elements in its symbolic representation of abundant crops. It is believed that positioning the bed in a particular direction allows the dreamer to work with the qualities of its associated element. And here is that sand painting one more time. And of course, up here is the north. And I'm trying not to burn my book. Okay. And then furthermore, the Hopi dream prompters. This is what you're looking at as a Hopi dream prompter idea. My own version, of course. So for the Hopi, a dream is viewed as a message from the spirit guides, who can appear in the form of an animal or other guise. Waking up and not remembering a dream is seen as losing something essential, and people go to great lengths to ensure that this does not happen. A commonly used dream prompter is a squared circle, a symbolic device used to aid dream recall. A circle is drawn on a square piece of cloth or leather. The circle is then divided into four quarters to represent each of the four directions: north, south, west, and east. The square is then placed by the side of the bed. An item of a symbolic value is placed in each of the four quarters. For instance, a tiny pot of water, a bunch of fresh grass, a lit candle, and some burning incense. These items represent each of the four elements of water, earth, fire, and air. Sleeping next to a dream prompter is believed to enhance dream recall. So that is what we have here, a dream prompter. So I hope you guys enjoyed this dream prompter tutorial. I'm sure there's not a whole lot of them out there. Otherwise, I'm sure I would have found one. But research for this project was a little bit difficult. I have a little bit of information in a book that got me started, and then after that, going after it on Google was quite the task. But we were able to find out some things, and this is our results. And it only took me 2 hours. Oh, Hans, I would love it if you made one. If you do make one, make a video about it and show it off, and then leave a link in the comment section here, and we'll feature it. We'll add it to the description, and also pin the comments with all of your wonderful dream prompting crafts. So I think it would be great to see you all start working on that, and I think it will just help you to recall your dreams. So I'm just going to sit and let you guys chat for a little bit. I figure I'll close in about 10 minutes. So let me know your thoughts, and make sure you come back and leave lots of comments, and let me know if you're going to try to make one too. It really wasn't that hard. Yeah, meditate, Lady Ali. You should be doing good now. We just made something really awesome. So, and I'm so glad you joined me for it too. This is fantastic. I'm gonna start picking up my pens. Are you done with the ones on the table you don't need? Or are you still using them? Or I'm gonna start putting everything back in the bag. Do you need any of those other colors?
I have a question.
Sure, what's up?
Are these all the Sharpies you have?
I think I might have one more bag
Because
in here.
I need a pink for the shield that is lighter than this but darker than this.
That one? I think that might be the same. Yeah, that's all I got. You got a bunch of pinks there. None of those are right?
No, actually, I think I can do something.
Lady Lee, if you've got issues with entities in your home, you can put salt in the corners. No baking soda. You can use salt too, dear. Sea salt works really good, but you put a pinch of salt in the corners of your house. And also, if you have sage, it's really good to do a smudging if you feel like you have some bad stuff going on in there, then do a smudging of your house. Dragon's blood works really good too. And I didn't think about the incense is going to start falling, and it is falling on my air. Palo Santo and sage. Okay, that's good. What you need to do a really proper smudge is to go through your house and smudge all of your windows and all of your doors. So what you'll do is you'll go around each corner of each window and each door and say a blessing as you do that. And tell the spirits, tell them that all of the spirits need to go to the light. We don't keep any spirits, extra spirits in our house. And I don't even keep good spirits around the house. I figure they all need to go on to the light. If they're stuck here on the earth, then that's not a good thing. We want them to be able to go on and get where they're going. They need to go where the like minded folks are. And they're waiting for them. And a lot of times they just don't know that they've passed on. So that can be a problem too. Oh, you did. Um, Water, fire, earth, and air. The same elements that we're using right now. Well, I'm going to be going off at the hour. So, in about 6 more minutes, I'm going to close the stream. And then I'm going to take another picture of the finished craft. What's in the air bowl? Oh, incense. It's actually fresh rain incense. But you could burn dragon's blood too, and dragon's blood is very good at clearing and healing. So yeah, I'm gonna close down in about 5 minutes. And then I'm gonna take my dream prompter to my room and I'm gonna have some dreams. And I'm gonna try to recall them tonight. Myrrh and Frank is good too. But the next time you're out, if you pick up some dragon's blood, that's a really good thing to have. I have dragon's blood in here too. But I also have sage and fresh rain and a few different ones. But yeah, I think the dragon's blood ones are the red tips.
Mom, did you? Well, actually,
Oh, yes. Yeah, we don't use the R word. I don't know if you knew this, but one of my sister's daughters was born with Down syndrome. So our family is very careful not to use that word. Yeah. It's an adjustment. We used to use the word a lot. And we're doing much better now not to use it. There's always other words you can use.
you know where scissors are?
I have dad's scissors right here. Just they gotta go back in the garage when you're done though. It's okay. You're okay, Lady Lee. You just didn't know. Thank you so much, Hans. Really appreciate you. Hi, Aqua Fairy. I'm sorry, sweetie, you're just now missing it. Like, I'm getting ready to close in about 3 minutes. But when this is processed, you're more than welcome to watch it. And if you like, I would love for you to try to make one of these. And also, we want to invite you, everyone who's watching, and everyone who came to the stream tonight, and everyone who watches this later is invited to come to Tam's party on Friday. No, it's okay. You're okay. She forgives you. Oh, you are? Okay. Well, I hope you come back and watch it because I'd love to see you make one of these. It's called a dream prompter, and I just learned to make one tonight. This is my very first one, so I'm really excited about it. And now I've set up the elements to go in it, and it just looks so awesome. Let me show you it. So the air is represented by the incense, and the air is also represented by the north. And then we have water at the bottom to represent the south. And then we have fire representing the east, and earth representing the west. And I put crystals in the little bowl to represent earth, and water in that little bowl to represent the water, and then the candles representing our fire. But I'm going to move these real quick so that you can see what the symbols look like. Oh, yeah, we don't use that word either, Lady Lee. My three of my granddaughters are mixed. And so, yeah, I mean, we're all humans. It's a human race. But yeah, I think it came out very, very good. I'm really happy about it. So, in closing, it came out awesome, and I'm encouraging you all to make one of your own and film it and come back and share the link with us on this video in the comments section, and we will bring your link back into the description and add it to the description, and also pin a comment with everyone's links who did this and crafted their own dream prompter. So it was a pleasure having you all here with us tonight, and thank you for coming and enjoying the show with us, and look forward to seeing you again very soon. Hi, Farah. I'm just getting ready to leave. Please come back and watch the show, though, when it's over, and leave a comment and maybe make your own dream prompter, too. Thanks, guys. Good night.